Article 50, what the F is that? I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, the world is going to pot. What is Britain doing? OMG. I know there's a bunch of you out there, and maybe a couple of us in the room, are curious as to what Article 50 actually is. Now, you may remember that I did a couple of videos about why voting is important, why you should vote, and what Brexit actually is, and the arguments for and against it. So I'm going to try and keep this video as impartial as possible, because at the end of the day, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, and we've just got to make good out of a bad situation. So many of us actually don't know what Article 50 actually is. Part of the Lisbon Treaty, which gives the right to any EU member to leave the EU. But when they do that, they have to put forward a bunch of bullet points saying what they're going to do and how it's going to work and stuff like that. So it allows a country to have 2 years to get all of this sorted out before it is officially leaving. Since 2007, when the Treaty of Lisbon was basically ratified, nobody has done this before. So what the UK is currently doing is completely crazy. In a good way and a bad way, I guess. The whole idea of the Lisbon Treaty was to make the EU more democratic. So it was trying to make it so that more people had voices, more people had a chance to say what they want to say, and more people were basically looked after. That was the idea. So I don't actually know how the UK is going to do. Like, I'm a student. I study international relations for a living currently. I have no idea what's going to happen to the world. I have no idea what it's going to do. Your guess is as good as mine. But the idea of this video is to help outline what Article 50 actually is and what it says and what it does. Because I know that there are going to be some confused faces out there. So this is what I'm going to do for you now. So Article 50 says that any member is allowed to leave. That you're not, once you're there, you're not stuck there. You can actually leave. If a state wants to leave, like the UK, it's going to have to write a letter and say, yo, what up, Bizzle? I want to leave. Is this cool? Cool, bye. That's literally what it's going to have to say. Okay? You basically just let them know. So basically, after 2 years, the UK will no longer be a part of the treaties within the EU. But basically, it's like, basically, if you think of it this way, it's like when the parents pay your phone bill, pay your TV license, pay everything for you, and then send you off to university and say, good luck, here's all the stuff you need, laters, and they let you go. And that's pretty much what you're going to have to, the UK is going to have to do now. If the UK decided we fucked up, what the fuck are we going to do? They're going to have to jump through a lot of loopholes to get back in. Brussels is the centre of the European world. Okay, so slightly off on a tangent a little bit. Yeah, Brussels is the centre of the EU world. And the UK is going to have to negotiate new treaties with Brussels. In addition to that, they're going to have to win over trade deals, which is going to be quite hard because the UK doesn't have that much to offer through trade. It imports more than it exports. So it brings in more than it gives back. So that's going to be interesting to see. This video is a little bit all over the place because I feel like Brexit's a bit all over the place and I'm scared and confused. So basically, no one actually knows what's going to happen. May's obviously outlined some of the stuff that she wants to do and for what she wants the UK to be after Article 50 and after the EU. She said that she's going to negotiate trade deals, she's going to put more money, or probably put more money into the NHS, even though that's a lie. Reform the educational system, which is probably a lie. Something about military, which is probably true, because apparently we're very militarised. But I mean, I've just read a bunch of sources, I've collected a bunch of information on my computer, and I've basically just given it to you guys what I know. There's going to be some dead ends, there's going to be some loose ends, there's going to be some information which is going to be contradictory to some others. I mean, that's news for you. Fake news! Donald Trump! But at the end of the day, Article 50 is kind of like a clean break for the UK to start doing its own thing, I guess, if you're looking at it that way. Trying to be completely objective, the UK is going to be jumping through a lot of hurdles. And I know quite a few people that are scared. I admit a lot of my international friends are genuinely scared because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen to them in 2 years' time. They're scared of what this will mean for them. It's kind of like a mini Trump, I guess. Trump's a massive racist. The UK is apparently a bit of a dick. At the end of the day, what you've got to do is just don't bleed into the anger. I know that sounds so stupid, it doesn't really make sense. But what you've got to do is just love your neighbours, and you've got to reach out to people that are scared about what the future's going to hold, because at the end of the day, we're all fucking humans of the world, we're all the part of the global community, so screwing over one person is literally going to screw you over in the end as well.